This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our partners at SeatGeek have given us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling. If you want $20 off your first purchase, just use the promo code TBA Wrestling. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Gunners R Us podcast, where we are positively Arsenal. And that we are. And I am alone for now. Joe will be joining me shortly. He's been tied up talking to other people in another room. And he's we're on a very quick schedule. We've had a very busy day. Busy couple days, really. So trying to fit everything in has been awkward. So this episode is coming out a little bit later than usual. Joe was on the TikTok live, as always, 10 a.m. GMT. Gunners R Us podcast. Go search it out on TikTok, 2 videos a day. And there's been a lot of talking points recently. But as far as today goes, he will be joining me shortly. And when he hears that I'm already recording, because I can hear him in the distance. But he'll be with us in a second. But we've got so much to talk about as far as Arsenal. Since we last spoke, we have last week's Premier League, which involved the horrible, horrible Bournemouth game, which we'll talk about all the decisions that were in that game. Plus, we have the Champions League last night, in which was one of the worst wins I think I've seen us do in a very long time. And we'll kind of round it all up with where we are in the league, Champions League, Carabao Cup so far, and what that means for our season, and the fact that we've had injuries, red cards, suspensions, and fixture lists, and the fact that we are still third in the league, I think. And then we're also, I think, 7th or 6th now in the Champions League, and we've officially qualified already for the round of 32, which is coming in the top 24. So we've officially come in the top 24 already. So that's a good start. And with all the injuries, suspensions and all these things, we're kind of plodding along. We're not playing well, but we're certainly in the right spots at the right time as far as the season goes. I think I can hear Joe coming now. So he'll be joining the podcast any second. It might not be him, actually, in all fairness. But he is here. Joe, we are already on the air.
We're on the air?
We're about 5 minutes in. I'll let you in.
Oh my goodness.
I think if we had it all, there's no point stopping the recording.
Nah.
But I was just kind of rounding up.
Welcome to Gunners R Us.
There we go. Just rounding up everything that's kind of been going on.
Yeah. And if you were on the TikTok live this morning, we tried to unpack it as best we could this morning and make ourselves feel a little bit better.
And usually we do the TikTok live with the pod. But
I'm going to be honest, that's what Jason, photography by Jason, said in the chat this morning. He's like, "Are you doing the podcast behind closed doors or something?" Like,
yeah, it's behind closed doors today. It's been we've been sanctioned by iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere you get your podcast, and we have to do everything behind closed doors at the minute. Being some crowd trouble. But at the end of the episode, also, we'll go through Prediction League. We'll predict this weekend's games. I'll tell you how Joe, myself, and Simon got on last week and where we are in that leaderboard. So, if we kind of start in order, let's rewind to the weekend. We have Arsenal away at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And the Vitality. I couldn't describe it as being, what's the word? Positive or... not positive, because we're positively Arsenal here.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident.
No.
I didn't feel confident generally. And the confidence probably stems more from the start of the season we've had. We've done better than I anticipated. I think if you add the Bournemouth game, if you'd said how many points would we have after this many games, it's probably exactly where I thought we'd be.
Yeah.
But that was with us losing to City, drawing with Tottenham away, losing to Villa away, but beating Bournemouth at home.
Yeah.
Brighton at home, beating Bournemouth at home. Away from home. So the kind of better results have kind of made up for the fact that we've lost in games we shouldn't have lost. But overall, if I'd looked at the start of the season, I think at this point, if someone had said, what's your expectation for where we'd be at this point? I would say third in the league with this many points.
Yeah.
So we're exactly where we are. And a lot of that was kind of, as time went on, I felt more confident with it because after 3 games, you lose Odegaard.
Yeah.
For 2-3 months. We've lost Saka in the second international break, which has made life harder again with the Shakhtar game last night, the Bournemouth game, maybe the Liverpool game. Across the line, we were talking about it. As of last night, we have 10 defenders at the club. Lewis Skelly's available at the weekend, who's a youth player. Kivior, who made a mistake against Bournemouth, we'll get to that. He's available. Gabriel's available. Saliba now suspended. You've got Calafiori might be out for potentially a year.
Oh.
We've got Timber still out. White went off at half-time. We think it's based on a yellow card and not an injury, but we don't know because he's not fully fit.
Yeah.
Then we've got Zinchenko, who is now back in full training and could feature. But we're working towards a situation where we might be playing the guy that we have bought all these players to avoid playing against Salah.
Yes.
Essentially, all of this died because we didn't want to ever play Zinchenko against Salah again. And we might be in a situation where Zinchenko's going to play against Salah.
Ow.
And it might be the only game he starts for the rest of the season. And the other two are Tomiyasu and Timber. Tomiyasu and Tierney. So out of those 10 defenders, we have 3 available. Maybe 4 with White. Maybe 5 if Timber's back.
Yeah.
And again, if you look at it, you're hoping if those 5 are available, you could play Ben White and Gabriel as centre-backs. And maybe Lewis Skelly and Timber as the fullbacks. Maybe Zinchenko and Timber as the fullbacks. Something along those lines.
I think your best bet is to not shake things up too much and just replace a piece with another piece. I think Ben White, right back. Gabriel in the middle. Timber, if he's fit at left back, that's a big hope though. That if Timber's fit, that makes the whole thing make more sense. If Timber's not fit, this whole thing that I'm saying right now doesn't make as much sense. And then Kiwior next to Gabriel in the middle.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
I think because then you don't upset the rhythm too much. It's
Timber's
just
played a lot at left back.
Yeah,
Ben
it's
White's
just
played a
one
lot at right
player.
back. Gabriel plays his position.
Yeah.
Raya plays his position. Yeah. And again, this has been a big issue with what we're about to talk about in the Bournemouth game is the reason I learned about this kind of concept of, it seems simple, change as little as possible when you have problems.
Yeah.
I learned that from Arteta. And that was because in the Amazon doc, he talked about it. And he said, if you lose a couple key players or one key player, instead of changing the entire team to try and fix the problem, just fix the one direct problem and keep everything else the same. Because you'd rather one problem than 9 problems.
Yeah.
And I think since we've been starting to get injuries, he's created 9 problems.
Yeah.
So Odegaard went out. What does he do? We finally have Havertz playing in a position where he's unbelievable. So what do? Bring him deeper. Now he's playing Odegaard.
Yeah.
So now you go. So now we've lost our best forward, and he's now playing out of position in Odegaard's position.
Yeah.
And because Odegaard's injured, Rice hasn't made his way back to 6 yet.
No.
So he's out of position. So Partey's playing. And by the way, Partey has been unbelievable, stayed fit. He's come back 9 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable. I think last night he was probably our best player on the field.
Yeah.
Against Shakhtar. But when you look at it, you go, so now you've got Havertz out of position, not in his ideal position. Rice not in his position. You've got Trossard now playing up front, not in his right position.
Yep.
And then you've got Martinelli out wide in his right position.
Yeah.
And then Saka can't play, so you've got Sterling playing, but you haven't. You've got Jesus, who's playing out of position on the right.
Yeah.
Then in defence, you've got Ben White, who's a centre-back playing right-back, which is fine.
Yeah.
But then you've got Gabriel Saliba, for example, at the weekend. And then, for example, at the weekend, he pushed even further and he made a midfield of Moreno playing out of position, Rice out of position, and Partey. But put Havertz back up front. So he was trying to get back to where he was at. And it didn't work. And I really, truly believe that if Saka's available at the week against Liverpool, I would play the back 4 you just mentioned, which is meaning Saliba for Kiwior. That's the only change in that back 5. Nothing else moves around. Then the midfield, I would play Partey, Rice, and then Ethan Nweri.
Yeah.
Because he is the only direct placement for Odegaard. Yeah. And then you leave Havertz in his best position. You play Saka and Martinelli on the wide.
Yeah.
And then Trossard is even better coming off the bench than he is at starting.
Yeah, and I think putting Nweri there, like you add a bit of confidence to Nweri, give him an opportunity to become a star, and also in that position, you can't really make too many mistakes that are really costly. Like whereas putting like Skelly at left back, there's a chance for him to slip up against Salah and bury himself.
Yeah, and against Bournemouth, I think we just made that one too many. Like when you looked at the team, you didn't feel good about it. It was Calafiori and Ben. Was it Ben White?
Yep.
No, Ben White missed the game.
Partey.
No, Partey played midfield. It must have been White. It must have been Ben White because no one else is fit. It must have been Ben White and Calafiori, and then it was Saliba and Timber, and Saliba and Gabriel, and then it was Raya.
Yeah.
Back 5 looked fine.
Yeah.
But the midfield looked so unbalanced with Rice, Moreno, and Partey. There's no creativity.
Nah.
Havertz to back up front, so you feel good about it. But then he played Sterling and Trossard.
Yep.
No Martinelli because he came back with a knock from Brazil.
Yeah.
We had no Saka because he came back injured from internationals. Moreno is now playing number 10, and his best role is left 8. Rice's best option is 6, and he's playing left 8.
Yeah.
So it all just feels a bit you're making too many changes for the sake of making changes when you could just keep everyone exactly right where they are, but give a 17-year-old a chance.
It's kind of, do you know what? To simplify that, it's like when you play FIFA Manager mode, and you.
It's exactly like that.
And you try and start 11. But you know when you put a player in not quite his right position and it gives you that like exclamation mark.
Yeah, there's like 4 red down arrows or something.
It feels like he's playing with a lot of those at the minute.
Yeah, at a minute. That's exactly right. That's a good analogy. If you played FIFA,
and it affects your performance on FIFA, so it's going to affect you in real life.
It feels like 50% of the team have red arrows
that
are slightly not in the right position.
Whereas you could duke it a little bit, put everyone where they're supposed to be.
And you got 9 greens and 2 oranges.
And then bring in like a rated 70 and wary or something into Odegaard's spot, and it's not going to be the end of the world.
That is honestly the best analogy you've ever done on the podcast.
I've played a lot of Manager.
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Guys, we just had the weirdest thing happen. Joe put his drink down, and I don't think that should have affected anything.
No.
But it was exactly when you did it.
It was, yeah.
We lost all audio. But yeah, going to the game, we threw it all up in the air early doors anyway, but Moreno got a lot of stick. And I noticed it physically because he was actively hands on his hip, bent over, slowly getting up. He was trying to fill the Odegaard role, but he was also trying to do the role he would usually play if he was playing with an Odegaard.
Yeah.
So he was in the box trying to clear headers, but he was also supposed to be a part of the main press.
Yeah.
Like if you think of Odegaard, he presses with Havertz.
Odegaard doesn't stop.
Odegaard and Havertz have such a good relationship with knowing who's pressing and who's not and where they're pushing. Whereas Moreno was just running at the goalie and then trying to get back. And then Havertz was watching him like, what is going on? And he was clearly knackered. And it actually helped going down to 10 men for his game to become more his game.
Stable.
But he also got in the box. He's played in number 10 when Dani Almo is not available for Spain a couple of times. Him and Fabio Ruiz will both sometimes take it in turns in. And
I quite liked some of the things he was doing at 10. He created a couple of chances.
It's like Havertz at 10 when he has to play deeper. It's not bad, but it's not right.
No.
And you really notice the lack of creativity in the whole team. What we've really got is go along to Havertz, he holds it up, or it's a cross. We haven't really got much else, whereas Odegaard's looking for the short passes around the corner. People are moving around like a puzzle piece. But early doors, Trossard does a hospital ball. Saliba pulls Evanilson down. And at the time I went, that's a clear red card.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't complain. It's a red. And the ref pulls out the yellow. And I think, I remember saying, I said at the time, we've got away with that.
Yeah.
And then they went, they're checking it. And I thought, at the time, I'm thinking, they got to upgrade this to red, really, because that's the last man. But then they started talking about the rules over the top.
Well, there's not much for him to check, really, because it's not like he's missed something. He saw exactly what happened and where it happened. So if he's deemed that a yellow...
Yeah.
They're seeing the replay, he's not changing anything.
And I think Goldbridge said it right. He was like, we're not even complaining about the decisions now. We're complaining about the way in which VAR decided the decision.
Yeah.
And that's, again, right. I think if he gave a book in there and we carried on, no one would talk about it 2 days later.
No.
We wouldn't know about it. But they decided to upgrade it to a red. And then obviously we'll get to what happened in the Chelsea game, which changes everything. But... They upgraded it, and I remember at the time they showed Howard Webb. He was clearly listening. He was clearly talking, and they've said he wasn't talking to anyone, and he must have been just having a personal call at the same time that the red card was happening.
Yeah,
and he only arrived to 1 game this week, and that was the game. It's all a bit strange, but they upgraded it, and I had no complaints. I was like, that's annoying, but they were kind of saying with the rules is if you're too far from goal, the goalie is retreating. Is there a covering man that could potentially get to him? I genuinely believe if you watch that and look for reasons to not give it a red, you can find them.
Yeah.
Saliba's definitely going to catch up with him. It's so far from goal. The way the ball's floating, Evan Nilsson's got to bring it down, get it under control, and then go past the fastest centre-back in the league.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And I'm almost annoyed at Saliba because I think if he just lifts his arms and lets him go, he's still probably going to get back to him.
I don't think he was intending to pull him down. I think it was that thing where defenders run alongside a striker and they're just getting hands on him. And I think Evan Nilsson just took the dive. Like, I think he went down.
I personally think it was just a natural reaction to be like, oh God, and then grab him. And I don't think he thought, I'm going to pull him to the ground and take the red.
No,
I think he just thought, I need to touch him. I need to stop him. Yeah. It's a natural reaction. But again, like I said, at the time, I don't think we were playing particularly well up till that point. I thought it was a just red. Like, as in, it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way it got upgraded because it's supposed to be a very clear and obvious error. The ref saw it was last man. The distance of goal, he saw the goalie.
Oh, the replay changed nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just the fact that
I reckon they just said...
the Liverpool fan on VAR
I reckon they said, could you go check the screen? Howard wants a word.
Yeah, well, there is a Liverpool fan that isn't allowed to referee Liverpool games on VAR for an Arsenal game, who are the title challengers with Liverpool, who are playing Liverpool next week.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is my take on the whole thing. I think 2 of our 3 reds this season are completely unjust. I think completely screwed over. Both times lost the lead, so we lost out 4 points because of those reds.
Yeah.
I think this one cost us the game as well.
Yeah.
But I think this was fine. 24 hours later, I don't think it's fine. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But at that point, I thought, we're not playing well. That probably sums up how well we're playing. But it's just adding to the list of injuries, the list of suspensions, the list of the fixtures build up, all these things. And you just think, can we not just do one thing right for a second?
Yeah.
And on top of all this, we're 3rd in the league.
Yeah.
So it's like saying, like being a millionaire and be like, I'm not a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's where we're really at.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're playing particularly well, but we're winning.
Yeah.
That game was, realistically, I think it was lost in the sense that Martinelli didn't finish it on 72 minutes. He has the chance to kill the game. He doesn't. They score 30 seconds later from a set piece that's extremely smart. They picked up on the fact that we were unbalanced from the sending off, and they capitalised at half-time. They came up with a routine, and they scored it.
Yeah.
And then late on, Kiwior makes a big mistake. He hasn't played much. He's not ready. Raya tries to rectify it, causes a penalty. Game over.
Yeah.
As far as people who are available, the team that we put out, for example, we haven't had Odegaard and Saka not in the same team since Brentford on that Friday night.
Yeah.
Opening day 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That says a lot of...
If you don't believe that they're quality and elite and...
Yeah, again with the Shakhtar game, I'll get to it, but there was an atmosphere that wasn't right.
Yeah.
The vibes were wrong.
We were lacking our captain.
Yeah, it really is. It's amazing that we all kind of... I think a lot of people thought, Rice could be a captain, blah, blah. Odegaard is the captain, and you can feel that presence missing. Yeah. But I think as far as decision-making going from Saliba and Trossard, from losing out on a set piece, which we pride ourselves on, a mistake from Kiwior, Raya having his worst game.
Yeah.
All these things, I think that was the day in which everything just went wrong. Doesn't matter what was going to happen, we were always going to lose that game because it went wrong from the start.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it bleeds into another game. But I mean, if Saka and Timber are available, we got to accept the reason we have a bigger squad now and we've bought all these players is you're not going to have your best 11 every single game.
No.
You're going to, like, for example, I watched Liverpool and Chelsea. McAllister wasn't fully fit.
Yeah.
So he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
There was another midfielder that came on late Diaz wasn't fully fit. Came on late. So Liverpool went into a Chelsea game at home, which is a big high-profile game with Chelsea in form.
Yep.
And they went, our best number 10, McAllister, not going to start. We're going to play Curtis Jones. And then you go, so if you're a Liverpool fan, you're thinking, all right, let's be careful here. And then they also couldn't play Diaz, so they had to play Gakpo. Gakpo is not playing the way in which he should be playing. Yeah. So if you're an Arsenal fan, that's kind of what we're going into next week. We might be short of Odegaard and Saliba.
Yeah.
Again, that's like they're missing, as far as quality, maybe McAllister and Van Dijk.
Yeah.
But they're also missing Alisson.
Yeah.
Who's probably as important as Saliba is to us, to them. So, I mean, last week they went into a game with Chelsea and they were missing McAllister, they were missing Diaz, they were missing Alisson. But they still got the job done.
That's what you got to do.
And there's no way you're staying fit. So you've got to accept in high-profile football like we're in now, not everyone's going to be fit. But you have to make it work. You can't be like, we're not playing right because there's a player missing. You have to be bigger than that. And I think that's something that we're trying to evolve. But the only thing is, Liverpool, when McAllister was not playing, they didn't go, do you know what then? We'll play Jota at the number 10. We'll play Diaz down the middle and put Darwin on the left.
Yeah.
Because no one would do that.
No.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, and because Alisson's injured, we'll put Van Dijk in goal. But that's kind of what we're doing. And that's what I don't like is simplicity at its best. And for example, Curtis Jones was man of the match. He was unplayable.
Yeah. He had a hell of a week.
Yeah.
Became a father.
Yeah. And again, I don't know how old he is, maybe 23 now, 22, 23. Old. He's not old, but I mean, he's not Ethan and Ware at 17.
No.
But it's the fact that they just go, and by the way, he wouldn't have played that game if Harvey Elliott was fit.
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott would have played.
Yeah.
So, they're 3 people down from the player that they would have played there.
Yeah.
And not only did he play, he was their best player. He scored. He assisted. He made 2 penalties.
Yeah.
He had an all-timer. He blocked a goal, a guaranteed goal.
Best game. Yeah.
He had his best game. And that's what you have to do when you try and win leagues is people have to step up. And you bring Trossard in because Martinelli's not fit. Do you know what Curtis Jones didn't do? He didn't kick the ball 30 yards in the wrong direction to cause Van Dijk to be alone, last man. And that's what we have to be. I think we're too naive.
Yeah, big time.
And I think all the Reds are either bad decisions or avoidable completely.
Us giving them a decision to make.
It's us. And again, you can think about, and I mean, there's Tottenham fans, there's Gary Neville. Everyone knows that Man City are judged differently.
Yeah.
We all know that Arsenal are ref completely different. At this point, it's not a conspiracy. We're just ref differently.
Mm.
But you also give them the opportunity. If Saliba never pulls anyone down, that VAR official can't just send off Saliba for no reason.
Yeah.
You have to give him a reason.
We create the problem.
And again, that's not right. You shouldn't have to think like that. But guess what? We're in a world where that is going to be how it's done.
Yeah.
Because it was proof positive the next day when Chelsea got away with the exact same thing, which proves they are refed in a different way to Arsenal.
Yeah.
And we've seen that throughout this year already. And I think that's why Arteta said in his press conference while laughing, the proof is right in front of us now. I don't have to say anything. And people are starting to realise. And there's a reason why the PGMOh Well and Howard Webb and Dermot Gallagher go on these shows and they tell the decisions. And weirdly, over the last 3 years, they've got every single decision right, according to them, according to all this media. But sometimes they just completely avoid a whole situation. And that's when you know they can't actually weasel their way out. So, for example, Rice gets a red card for kicking the ball away. They were told at the start of the season, if you touch the ball, that's a booking straight away. Okay. And then they go, there was 30 other instances that weekend where people touched the ball, but they didn't touch it in which they kicked it off the field. And they were like, here's 5 of them where they did kick it off the field. But they didn't delay a restart because the guy was down. Oh, okay, so you have to fill all those criteria, but Rice happened to fill those criteria. The guy was trying to take a quick free kick, he knocked it off the field, and he was on a booking. Yes. It's Weasley, I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, we go to Man City. Trossard kicks the ball away. And they go, Doku did the exact same thing in the game. Later on in the game, Diaz does it on a booking.
Yeah.
Neither given. Yeah, but the thing with the Diaz one is Saka's still on the floor. So they couldn't have taken a quick free kick, so you can touch the ball. And we're like, okay. But when Trossard went through the back of Bernardo, he was laying on the floor, so they couldn't have taken a quick one.
Yeah.
But he smashed the ball away, so he got it for smashing the ball. So we're talking about the power of
There's
the
a velocity to the ball now.
And then, by the way, name one player that's been booked for kicking the ball away since that Trossard.
That hasn't happened.
They've given up on it.
Yeah.
So they cost us 4 points and they've moved on. And we said it, you listened to episode 1 of this podcast, we went, what's the rule? We predicted it. I think it's in our book. We had to predict the rule in which they were going to give up after 6 weeks.
They always do, yeah. And
That's
it's always us that suffer before they do as well.
That's how obvious this is. We predicted what rule they were going to make up and what team was going to be screwed by it.
I think that was based on last season, wasn't it, when they said they were going to just add time rather than book.
I can't find it, but we wrote it down somewhere.
Every season they start with a brand new rule that they're going to clamp down on. Then certain teams suffer at Arsenal.
I remember Sheffield United, for example, had it really bad. They got like 10 penalties given against.
Yeah. And then within a few weeks, it just disappears. Yeah. But it still costs someone points at some point.
Massive points.
So it's not consistent now.
Exactly.
The whole season's void.
Yeah. But, so yeah, we did that. Now it comes to this one. We get a last man. And again, I just want to read something out as well. Because I think every Arsenal fan agreed when that Saliba one happened. That's a red.
Yeah, it looked like
our fault. Stupid boy.
Yeah.
Stupid boy.
Silly boy.
We all did it. Then we all settled in to watch Chelsea-Liverpool.
Yeah.
And our head went to Mars. And he pulls him down further away, nearer to goal than Saliba.
Yeah.
With a player running onto the ball under control.
Yeah.
Who's clearly faster than the centre-back.
Yeah.
So he's now closer to goal, under control.
He's absolutely through on goal, yeah.
Yes. And they go, booking. And we all go, fair, because both refs gave a booking.
Yeah.
They both deemed it. And then they went, VAR? Nah, it's cool. And do you know what they did at half-time? They didn't ever look back at it.
Oh, my God.
And they know why. And then on this week's Sky Sports, when they're talking to Dermot Gallagher, they asked about the Saliba. They said, do you think it's the right decision to upgrade it? 100%. It's a red card. And I go, totally agree. Now show them the Chelsea one. Tell me why. They don't. They refuse to do it because they know they can't. This is one. They will. What they'll say is the ball's curling towards goal. The goalie's. At the end of the day, they just need to get honest and go, we got that wrong.
Yeah.
And this is my issue with the whole thing. Is like I said, people say, oh, Arsenal fans, you can tell when they've lost because every decision's gone wrong. Arsenal have lost. Here's a stat. Arsenal have lost 5 games in 2024 in all competitions.
Yeah.
It's the end of October. We've lost 5 games all
That's
year, okay?
very impressive.
Liverpool at home in the FA Cup. No complaints. We blamed how bad we were at finishing. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
Trent scored from a free kick. And we all just went, why can't we finish?
Yeah.
No complaints about decisions, nothing like that game. Porto away in the Champions League, no complaints. Blamed our lack of creativity and naivety in the end because we tried to attack and then they scored on the that real quick counter.
Yeah.
We blamed our own actions. That's 2. Bayern away in the Champions League, no complaints. Blamed our lack of creativity and again, our naivety in the Champions League. We sat back too deep. We got deeper and deeper and they finally broke us down. But we were in that game and in the first leg, if you remember, Saka won a penalty that looked just like Evan Nilsson's this week.
Yeah.
Or Cliver, whoever went down. But anyway, Villa at home in the Premier League, no complaints, blamed our own finishing.
Yeah.
We battered them for 90 minutes and they won 2-0.
Yeah.
With Ollie Watkins sealing at the end.
So we definitely don't...
No. And then obviously this week at Bournemouth, we all said Saliba's fault, shouldn't have got red.
Yeah.
His fault, not the ref's fault.
Yeah, no, we didn't really complain about the fact that he was sent off.
So the whole point of Arsenal being there's always a problem when they lose. Nope.
No.
Not true. We've lost 5 this year and you can go back to any podcast, you can listen to any Arsenal fan. There's no issues with any of those games.
Yeah, we accept it. We know when we're done.
We've also won games in which there's bad decisions. We've also drawn games with bad decisions, but the losses have always been our own fault.
Yeah.
And I must admit, though, once I saw that one from Chelsea, I couldn't believe it. And you realise just how gaslighty the whole thing is. So, for example, the PGMOh are in bed with Sky. Neville and Carragher particularly involved.
Yeah.
When they showed Dermot.
Yeah, Dermot Gallagher.
That's that name?
Dermot Gallagher.
Howard Webb. They showed Howard Webb in the crowd. That's who I meant. Carragher tweeted saying, "Why is he communicating?" Then he deleted it a minute later.
Yeah.
Gone. Did they ask him about it on Sky TV? No, I don't remember the tweet. Who messaged him to say take that down? Do you know what I mean? Like there's things like that. Do you think? And they do this thing where it's very patronising. And I've watched Neville and Carragher both do it. And I remember, I think on the commentary when that Chelsea one happened, it happened and Neville went, "Oh my God, of course," because he thought
it always does.
It's happened. They booked him, and you could see him go, "Oh, I don't know. They're gonna have to look at this." And then as time went on, they can hear VAR. Yeah. They went, No, I think they're not going to look at this because if you look at the distance of goal and stuff like that, they started to like talk it over. And they were like, I know people out there are going to be going, this is no different to Sleeper. It's very different. And I was like, explain why? But they don't. They keep going, it's very different. And they smile and they nod and they go, if you know, and they start saying things, if you know football, so it's like patronising, you'll know that's different. It's like, no, that's like me messing up your food when you told me specifically how to do it. And I go, no. That's how you asked. Yeah. It's like, no, here's proof. Yeah. No, AI is very good. It's like, no, that was you on the video. No, that was AI. And you're like, oh my, that's what they do. And it's actual gaslighting of the fans. And I mean, as far as like fans that pay all this money, mental health that goes towards like, this is what people wait for, they look forward to. And it's not just losing. You know, if you're a sports fan, you should get used to losing. It happens.
You have to take the wins and losses.
What you can't get your head around, I did this last year with the Newcastle game. You cannot get your head around the idea that I don't want to watch the sport because you can't beat it.
Yeah, no matter how hard you try, something's going to disrupt the whole thing.
And that is genuinely, on a personal level for me, very sad because I love football. I love watching football. I love talking about football. I love it. But when you get to a point where you're like, oh, you can't actually win, there's a darker force. Yeah. And then you go forward to Man City, scoring that late goal. Yeah. Again, in real time, I went, it's fine. They checked it. I went, there's nothing wrong with that. Then I realised they gave it offside on the field, so it has to be a clear and obvious error to overturn to make it a goal. Yeah. It wasn't given a goal, which a lot of people thought it was. Yeah. Which means they have to overturn it. That means there has to be a clear error. Yeah. So they've said to the ref, you saw Bernardo Silva on the line, yeah? Yeah. Linesman, you saw him, yeah? Yeah. He's the most, by the way, that linesman is the most veteran linesman in the league. And he was offside and he was in the way of the goalie. They asked the ref, was he in the way of the goalie? Yeah, he was pushing into him. Okay, it's no goal. Now check VAR. Clear and obvious, you've made an error. Check it. They check it. What do they see? He's offside. He's interfering with play. Yeah. What did he? No, they're right. Let's overturn it. It doesn't make any sense. Like
that seems shady.
That's what I mean by and that's why Gary Neville came out and he's now in trouble, massive trouble. Yeah. Because he said they ref Man City different to how they ref Wolves.
Oh, they do, yeah.
There's a larger power at play.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
And that is what it gets to, where I'm now at a point where I'm going, oh, there's definite corruption in this league. There's been corruptions in every other league except the Premier League. Is it because we just hide it better? Yeah. Because most people go, there's probably match fixing. People want Man City to win it because a lot of these refs are paid by the Saudis. Yeah. to go and do the leagues? Is it because Saudi's run a lot of Sky now?
Hmm.
Is it all these things? And you go, I don't know now, because before you'd laugh at it and be like the patronising face of Neville Garrigan. You go, of course there's none of that. It's just people get upset about decisions.
Yeah.
Now you're going, but now you're sitting there going, they walk 2 dogs out and go, that's a dog and a cat. And you go, no, it's 2 dogs. And they go, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And you go, what? That's literally what's happening now, because we're getting red cards for kicking the ball away.
Yeah.
And then in the same game it's happening and they're not giving it. And you're going, that's weird.
Yeah.
For example, this year, how many people have been sent off for kicking the ball away?
It's
2.
Yeah.
2 Arsenal players.
Yeah.
The likelihood of it being 2 Arsenal players, and they're saying Arsenal have a real issue with this. No, they don't. Watch every game and count how many times people kick the ball away. Again, in Bournemouth game, 3 of their players picked the ball up and run with it, so we couldn't take quick free kick when we're actively trying.
Yeah.
I have a video right in front of me, and I can show Joe. It is from the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Have a look at that. So Gravenberg stops the ball, and they try to take a quick one, jumps in the way, and the ref goes, calm down. So Gravenberg stops a quick Chelsea free kick near the end of the game.
So he physically stopped purposely
on a booking.
Yeah, because I think even when Rice did it, I don't think he was necessarily trying to stop.
It's a natural reaction just to touch the ball.
He wasn't even looking at the play. He didn't know that the
guy was there.
He didn't know he was coming. No, he just kicked the ball.
He didn't kick it, he nudged it.
Yeah.
He let it touch his foot.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to stop it.
That's what I mean. So we're now seeing, as an Arsenal fan before, it was like, I swear there's something weird going on.
We sound like we're going crazy.
Yeah. And I think now we don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
You watch it, and there's no one that is, watching Football Weekly that can go, yeah, that doesn't seem a little bit sus. I mean, Spurs fans are actively making content where they're going, there's something sus going on.
Yeah.
And again, take away all that stuff. Get back to what we're talking about, the naivety of the team. This is what I want us to get better at. If everyone's available, play Ethan and Murray. Give him that opportunity.
Yeah.
If you remember, we played Liverpool at home last year and we won 3-1. They had Timicas playing that day.
Yeah.
There wasn't complaints of, but Robertson wasn't available. That's why we lost.
Yeah.
It was just Timicas played and he didn't deal with Saka as well as or whoever was there. I only think of Saka because I think Timicas broke his shoulder that game.
Yeah, he did.
They got upset he did, and he came back a week later.
Yeah.
But it's those types of things, and you think we need to be so much better at dealing with the team changing weekly.
Yeah.
Without any kind of massive uproar. Like, of course we can't beat Liverpool. We've got all these players missing. Again, it's different when it's Odegaard, Saka, Saliba and Timber or something, and you're like, no, that's literally our core. But I mean, you can throughout the year, you're gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like you said before. You got to kind of take these things rough with the smooth. Like you said, Liverpool played a Simicast against us. It cost them the game. To become a big club, you have to have the players that can step in when needed without forcing blame, without saying, "Oh yeah, Kiwior makes mistakes," and there has to be none of that because these players will make mistakes.
And again, if Van Dijk, for example, the year Van Dijk missed a year, Liverpool didn't do great.
No.
And people, because I think Neville brought up on his podcast this week, he said, Arsenal fans got to get over the fact that you're never going to have a fully fit team.
No.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But we lost Saliba in a charter race for 10 games, and we also lost Tomiyasu, who was his backup.
Yeah.
So we went to third place, Rob Holding. And what did we do? We lost 3 of our last 10 games, and we lost the league. And everyone went, yeah, you got to get over that. It's like, all right. But when Liverpool lost Van Dijk, and of course they're not going to come top 4. They haven't got Van Dijk.
Yeah.
You can't change the narrative based on...
every team has a narrative.
Every team has a different narrative, and you just go... Guess what? Football's important. If you're an NFL fan and your quarterback goes down, your running back goes down, your best corner, do you expect to win the Super Bowl? No, you go, the chips laid badly this year. Next year, maybe.
Well, I'm dealing with that with fantasy NFL at the minute. I lost 4 major players in the last few weeks, and I'm suffering.
It's true, but in sport, it's like, even if you have 10 suspensions and 11 injuries and the hardest fixture list of any team other than Wolves, they go, you got to find a way out. And it's like, well, no one would have.
No.
So, of course we didn't. They didn't have to make the fixture list that hard.
No.
They didn't have to send us off for all those times.
No.
We didn't have to have 9 international breaks where all our players came.
They seem to be our biggest problem, is the international breaks.
Yeah, so for me, that's the issue with that. But I do think we're super naive in the... We got to accept that team is evolving. And if they put out... again, we might be a couple of days away from Partey at right back, Jorginho, Rice and Moreno in the middle, and Sterling and Jesus on the wings. We could be very close to disaster, but we got to make that work, and that's down to everyone. That's down to the manager, the players.
Yeah.
If he can get a couple of players on the field that we didn't think, great.
Yeah.
If he can make less changes, great. But the players have then got to execute because, I mean, they're, if Trossard's coming in, he's got to play at the level of a player that's competing for the league.
Yep.
That's the level they're at now. We haven't got a squad full of Fabio Vieiras and that we go, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner. Yeah. So go win. And I think we just got to get less naive. And I think as far as like nudging the ball away, obviously we're doing the dark arts, not Bernardo Silva was smart. We do dark arts with Ben White, even though we're actually stay on side.
Yeah.
And by the way, I still think that goal is fine. But then they showed the rules.
Yeah.
And they were like, if it's within a half a second, he's still in the way before the header because obviously football's at like 100 miles per hour.
Oh, the speed's ridiculous.
You can pause it as it hits his head, and Bernardo Silva's like a foot away from the goalie.
Yeah.
But if you go back half a frame, Bernardo Silva's in front of a goalie, holding him.
Yeah.
And you think, yeah, of course you can't do that. He's offside because you can't be offside from the original corner.
No.
So he can interfere there.
Yeah.
But once that header's coming in, he's got to be he should allow that ref to the goalie to set himself. And obviously Wolves last year had the exact same goal ruled out and it cost them a game. So they feel, hard done by. But across the league, I think it was one of the worst. And then Man United had one where De Ligt, it was clearly a foul on Man United, but they gave it to Brentford. And in the process, they cut open De Ligt. So they sent De Ligt off to get but allowed the game to continue. Brentford scored.
Yeah.
And they went one up.
Yeah.
And you think, God, they could have lost that 1-0 because of that. And that could have been Ten Hag gone.
We've always said that about things like the injury breaks. You lose a crucial player based on something the other team has done to you, and they gain an extra player through you being off the field. So there's no advantage. I don't know what that is. That rule shouldn't be a thing. Yeah,
and luckily Man United overcame it. But for me, the big issue with all this, and what we talked about a lot last year, was I've not got an issue in some of the decisions. My decision is in how they perform them. So, and this is the quickest, I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can. Newcastle away last year, the ball went out of play, supposedly. Then there was a foul, then there was an offside, then there was a goal.
Yeah.
The ref allowed it all to play. I'm absolutely fine with that. See how it ends, like in NFL. It's a touchdown. We won't blow our whistles. Let it play out.
Yeah.
Then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But they added a rule last year where it had to be clear and obvious. So depending on what the decision was on the field, the leaper scale is higher that way.
Yeah.
When that goal goes in, it doesn't go 50-50. Let's check it and see if anything's wrong.
Yeah.
What they do is 80% goal because we gave it.
Yeah.
If there's anything that could make 20% into 80%, we'll overrule it.
Yeah.
So you've got to be heavy. So they looked at it and went, we can't tell with all the camera angles if that's if it's off the field, but it does look it. But because you gave a goal, we can't. Okay. The push in the back, if you gave it on the field, I would have given that as a push. I would have agreed. But because I don't think it's enough to go from 20 to 80. Okay. Is it offside? We can't find the camera angle because there's no significant evidence. We can't give it. Then they apologised to Arsenal and said, basically, if at the end of it, he went, boop, there was a foul, for example.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been overturned.
Yeah.
They would have said, yeah, it was a foul.
Yeah.
So we went, so basically it was because the ref allowed it to play, we got screwed. Cool. 2 weeks later, we go to Villa Park. We're looking for a late equaliser. The ball comes in, it hits Cash's hand, it hits Havertz's hand. Havertz smashes it in the net. The ref watches Havertz wheel off to the corner and goes, boop, handball, Havertz. So now we're in this dark area. If you just let that play on like he did 2 weeks ago, which we were on the bad end of, they would have checked it and gone, Cash handballs it first.
Yeah.
So because that happens first, it's a goal. But they checked it and went, because you gave it Havertz handball, we can't overturn it to a penalty. It's not enough. But it can't be a goal either. So free kick has to be. And we go,
how are we always on the wrong
and
end?
they go, sorry, you were on the wrong end of that. And we go, damn. So then what happens this week? Saliba gets a yellow card and we go, oof, got away with that one. They go, do you know what? There's enough there. That should be upgraded. But if that was given a red straight off the bat, do you reckon they would have downgraded it?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
But then the next day they do a yellow and they don't upgrade it.
Yeah.
And then the City goal, for example, if that was given as a goal, clear, and they checked it, I don't believe there's enough to overturn it.
Yeah.
But they gave it as a no goal.
Yeah.
So they believe that 20 from...
So you've got to really heavily go the other way.
What did they see in it?
Yeah.
So that's what my issue is they've created this rule. I genuinely think that like in NFL, any scoring play should be reviewed.
Yeah.
So the ref, if it's near a goal, just don't blow up. Let it happen.
Yeah.
But then don't go, is this enough to give it? Just look at it and go, is it a clear goal?
Black and white.
Is it a goal? Is it a goal or is it not? Nah, there's clearly a foul. Okay, tell the ref, foul. Boom, carry on with the game.
I don't know how they brought something in
and made it more grey.
To eliminate too many more talking points and created more talking points off the back of it.
It honestly,
It's more controversial now somehow.
it's mind-boggling, and it's just frustrating that we've been on the receiving end of some of these decisions this year. The major talking points of this whole year have been the two kick the ball away and that sleeper red.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest talking points as far as decisions. They're all Arsenal and they all negatively affect Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrating. And the irony that keeps happening to Arsenal shows it's not a weird thing that we're all like Arsenal fans moan or whatever.
Yeah.
And I proved earlier we haven't complained about one loss this year
No.
in 2024. So like I said, anyone listening to this and they go, "Oh my god, you are becoming Sky," and you go, "Here's a dog, here's a dog. There's a dog and a cat there," and we go, "No, it's not." And they go, "Yes, it is." That's what you are now, because the proof is in front of us. That's the only way to describe it. That's what they're doing with these decisions. As an Arsenal fan, you go, "Oh yeah, two dogs." And they go, "No." You go, "What?"
Something's up.
It's very strange. It's very confusing. Do I think it's a thing that they want Arsenal to do badly? Absolutely. I really, truly, and I have to believe there's no corruption to say at the start of the season, can't allow Arsenal to do well.
Yeah.
I believe we put ourselves in situations where they could do that to us. And I think that kind of, I don't know what the word is, soft or naive.
Yeah, naive's good.
And the fact that every ref is Northern and from Manchester or Liverpool doesn't help any London teams.
No.
There's no Arsenal ref. There's no Londoner who grew up supporting Arsenal and refs all the Man City's and Liverpool's games.
Yeah.
But you know what we get every week? A Man City fan, a Man United fan, or a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
And they ref our matches because they're not allowed to ref theirs.
Yeah.
And what do we get? Bad decisions because we're in a title race. So it's just getting a bit... Like I said, if I was a ref, guess what? When Song goes down in the box, I go, "Get up."
Yeah.
Because I can't help it because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't ref Arsenal fans, do you know what I would have given at the end of that game? But no, it was offside. He's clearly offside.
Yeah.
No matter how professional anyone wants to be, you'll naturally be like...
Yeah.
And I don't have an issue with Man City, but I'll be like, that's a guitar race, though.
Yeah.
It's human nature. And again, proof positive. Watch every Champions League game this year. Don't even notice the ref.
No,
Perfect reffing.
not at all.
There's no bad decisions.
A few people mentioned that on the TikTok live earlier. They said the refereeing, we need to take a page from the Champions League referees.
It's maddening how simple they make it look.
Yeah.
And the Premier League, guess what? This weekend, we're about to go through the Premier League predictions. Every one of these, there's going to be a decision this weekend that we're going to be talking about next week.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a result based off of it. It's going to ruin something, or someone's going to get sacked.
Keeps us busy on here, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And then we fast forward, obviously, we did Champions League. It was still an unbalanced side.
Yeah.
No Odegaard, no Saka. We started with Jesus off the right.
Yeah.
Trossard down the middle, Martinelli on the left. I don't know what was going on, to be honest. Ben White got a booking, he came off. Moreno came in. Partey played a lot more minutes as he should.
Yeah.
At right back, Lewis Skelly made an appearance late because Calafiori took a real bad twist on his knee.
Yeah.
That is not ideal for us. But I mean, this is the third time he's had a knee injury since he's joined us, but he's played the next game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But this did look...
Didn't look good.
It didn't look right. We won the game.
Yep.
We missed a penalty. Trossard. Again, it's the perfect example of how nothing is going right for us at the minute. But the fact that we're still... by the way, I said this before we came out. We're qualified for the Champions League knockouts, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, we're definitely coming top 24. We need to come top 8.
Yeah.
Because then you avoid the game in February.
Yeah.
But we're qualified now to the knockouts.
Well, considering we all
To
feel...
the playoff knockouts.
Yeah, considering we all feel a little bit in crisis at the minute, like, we're doing pretty well.
It's odd because we've had a horrible fixture list. We luckily we beat Saints and Leicester even though we didn't deserve them.
Yeah.
Well, we deserved one of them. We didn't. We deserved the Leicester one.
Yeah.
It was just, again, the weirdest day in the world where a goalie plays that well. We somehow overcame it.
Yeah.
We've now got our best players out. These weird reds they're giving us. A horrible fixture list. And we've come out going with 3 points behind the top.
Yeah.
And you can go, ooh, you know what?
Not too bad.
As bad as it's going so wrong, but we're still just there.
Yeah.
So naturally, hopefully, things will start going right.
Momentum
and then
should shift for us a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, and by the way, we talk about injuries. Man City are missing Rodri. They're missing Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Foden's not at it yet. So, it swings and roundabouts, and hopefully we can get some players back, stop getting red cards, because we've played pretty much half of our Premier League games with 10 men.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal. And Shakhtar weren't good last night, by the way, but we struggled past with a 1-0 own goal.
Got it done.
But we'll move on to the prediction league, because I know Joe's got to shoot shortly, so we'll smash through this.
Yay!
Last week, Joe, you got 3.
Yep.
I got 4, Simon got 5.
Wow. I'm falling off.
A little bit. You're on 34, I'm on 36, he's on 4, Simon's on 40.
Woo!
So it's still close. Weirdly, we all last week went for Leicester to beat Saints, and that only happened in the last second.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
we were all very adamant on that, and then we were all very adamant on Forest to beat Palace, which happened.
Yeah.
Weird how we were very. That was the only time we were all unanimous,
Yeah.
other than Arsenal, which we all got wrong. So we'll fly through some of these because we haven't got TikTok Live to kind of bounce off of us.
Yeah.
We'll finish it with the Arsenal-Liverpool one. So first we've got Leicester-Forest. Leicester obviously need a win. Forest are in massive form.
Yeah.
I'm going to go draw.
Draw. That's interesting.
Where you
I'm
going?
going to go Forest.
Okay.
I think Forest get it done.
We've got Villa-Bournemouth.
Ooh. Villa.
I'm going to go Villa as well.
Yeah, I'm going Villa.
Villa got a some are saying deserved win against Fulham away from home this week, but Fulham missed a penalty at 1-1. They ended up losing, I think, a 3-1. But that's the point of having a really good goalkeeper like Emile Martinez.
Very good.
Brentford, Ipswich. I'm going to go Brentford.
Okay, I'm going Brentford.
Okay.
Safe.
Brighton, Wolves. Wolves, by the way, are still in their fixture list that are just impossible.
Yeah. And they're suffering in the league.
They had Liverpool, City, Brighton. Before that, they had Arsenal. They're Chelsea.
This game doesn't help.
This isn't helpful either. When did they ever get an easy fixture?
Yeah, did they ever play an easy game?
No, I don't know. It must have, they must have the worst first 10 games of any team ever. I'm going to go Brighton.
I'm going to say draw.
Okay. Danny Welbeck, obviously. Shout out to Danny Welbeck. Went off
Yeah.
injured with a back injury that went directly to hospital.
Yeah.
Very strange. I haven't heard much more information on that. The next is City Saints.
Oh.
I mean, teams score early against City at the Etihad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it just angers them. I'm triple captaining Haaland. What are you doing?
City, please.
Okay. Everton, Fulham. See, Everton have kind of rose from the dead. Fulham are kind of having a sticky patch.
But I'm going to go Fulham.
Okay.
I think they got it. They got more. Where you going? Oh, you're going
I'm
Everton.
going to go Everton. Next is Chelsea Newcastle. I think that's a really good game.
That's fun.
I think Newcastle are struggling in a minute. I'm going to go Chelsea. I thought they were really good against Liverpool.
I'm going to go Chelsea. I need to be wary of what we're going here because I need to gain some points.
You do, but you also don't want to lose too many points.
No.
Palace Spurs. I'm going Palace.
Ooh. I can't
Palace
back...
are really struggling.
I'm going draw. I can't back Spurs.
Yeah, Palace are really bad in a minute. Talking about West Ham versus Man United.
Ooh.
That screams, and I do this every time and I'm wrong every time, I'm going West Ham because they are so bad and people calling this El Sacaco.
El Sacaco.
Yeah, like El Clasico, but for the loser gets sacked. This is either going to be a Man United drubbing of West Ham and that's the end of Lopetegui.
Yeah.
Or this is what West Ham needed to galvanise is an afternoon on a Sunday
Yeah.
at home against a Man United team that are stumbling. Like they weren't good the other day against Brentford, but they won.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Everything in my head is telling me to go West Ham, but I'm going to go Man United.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then obviously Arsenal, Liverpool. You got to go Arsenal.
Yeah. I think I said on the TikTok live, I'm going with 2-1 Arsenal like normal, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I want to draw mostly because that's probably what we're very capable of in that game. Best case
Yeah,
scenario.
I don't see us winning that.
No.
With what's going on. But again, if they're missing Alisson, we're missing Saliba.
Yeah.
But then if Odegaard and Saka are out,
Yeah.
they're not missing Salah and McAllister.
No.
And that worries me.
They're very strong.
We're very good. We've been good at home, but if you look at our last two home games, it was Leicester and Saints.
Yeah.
Leicester, we created more chances than any team in the last 10 years on the Premier League in one game, apparently.
Yeah.
And against Southampton, we didn't deserve to win.
No.
So our last two Premier League games are a bad home game to Southampton we should have lost, and Southampton are awful.
Yeah.
And then an away game against Bournemouth where we were awful. And Southampton, we had everyone available.
Yeah.
Well, minus Odegaard.
The eye test isn't.
Since
proven
then,
well.
we lost Saka and we lost to Bournemouth. And then since then, we lost Calafiori and Saliba. So, I mean, we're deteriorating, but we were already bad 2 games ago. So it's very hard to believe we'll win. But when I look at Liverpool at home against Chelsea, Chelsea dominated the ball. And they could have had more chances if they were just a bit more brave.
Yeah.
If we're brave, I think we can really cause them problems.
I think because I brought this up on TikTok earlier and I said if we're capable of defending the way that we did against Man City with 10 men,
Yeah.
I'd take that at this point just to get a draw, like a 0-0. But I think it was photography by Jason again. He said, "Hey, we can't do that at home against a title rival. We have to show them something."
Well, we sat behind against City at home last year, and we won. Yeah, we won 1-0 with a late Martinelli goal.
Yeah.
My theory is that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go sit behind the ball and defend.
Yeah.
You cannot attack. And that's why, by the way, that was my big issue against Bournemouth. I thought he unbalanced the team by taking Sterling off.
Yeah.
And he tried to be defensive, and by proxy became bad.
Worse. Yeah.
There was no balance.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go unbalanced and go, you defend and you do not let a goal in.
Yeah.
If you can get a set piece and we send Big Gabby up, he'll get you a goal.
Yeah.
And I don't think that works against Liverpool.
No.
They are too dangerous.
They'll just keep coming at you.
The thing with Liverpool is I don't think a low block works because maybe when you have Saliba, because all they're going to do is spam crosses.
Yeah.
If that misses that first man, it's probably going to go in. Whereas when Saliba and Gabriel are there, they're going to header everything away and they'll go, do you know what? Keep crossing it. We'll keep headering it. But when you're missing one of them, I don't think that's a smart idea. So it could really
It's gonna be an edgy watch.
It's going to be horrible. Well, we're not going to have to watch it because we'll be wrestling for exposure this Sunday. So come along. But listen to this on iTunes, Spotify. Go to TikTok Live, obviously every single Wednesday, 10 a.m. GMT. We're Gunners Rust Pod. We will see you obviously next Wednesday where we would have played Liverpool, and there's a chance there's some kind of cup next week.
I doubt it'd be Tuesday though, will it?
No. I think it might be next Wednesday.
I would have thought so. Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, we got Preston next Wednesday.
Okay.
And then the following Saturday at 12:30 away to Newcastle.
Ooh.
Then we're away to Inter on the Wednesday. And then we're away to Chelsea on the Sunday.
Oh.
And then we're home to Forest, away to Sporting,
None
away
of
to West Ham.
this is fun.
Why is everyone away?
This is not fun.
Why is everyone away from
That is not a good run.
Wait a sec. Away to Preston, away to Newcastle, away to Inter, away to Chelsea, home game. Away to Sporting, away to West Ham, home game. Away to Fulham,
That's a lot of away games.
just up until Christmas.
We're on the road.
My God.
Road dogs.
My word. All right. But we will see you next week. Follow us here, obviously, anywhere we've just said. And check out the app Whatnot if you want to do sports trading. If you want to start doing that, obviously I can give you a link that will give us both credit. So feel free to do that. We're TBA Breaks on Whatnot and Gunners Are Us on TikTok. And use our SeatGeek code. As you heard at the start, the episode is brought to you by that. TBA Wrestling on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase. We will see you next week. Joe, have you got anything to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.